Hey there, everybody. I'm back. My name's Chris. If you're new, welcome in. Like, subscribe, comment, help out the algorithm while you're here. We're into status orders at Das Horse House, and we're here for the second half of the opening races. Now, we do have some that we weren't able to book in, mainly the mile ones for Oliver Freedive and for Eurostar. Um, the three-year-olds at a mile one. Miss Innocent did okay. Desert Nomad, I don't know. I'm thinking he's 7 furlongs. Based off what we just saw. That's the only hope I've got is if he's 7 furlongs, or that was just a wild anomaly. If you haven't seen the last episode, go check it out. You will see what I mean by the way he kind of ended that race. But yeah, like Miss Innocent's okay. And then we prove what we wanted to. Soul Speaker Lingualini and our own Crown pick up good wins, but there's an element of luck to some of those, very much so, for sure. And then Quintel wins a maiden. And that is where we're going to end up starting with Icy Keys Maiden, our other 2-year-old. So, yeah, I think we're probably going to start at Trentham, really. But we are indeed. Oh, Mountain Climber. I thought about 5 furlongs. I didn't like 5 furlongs. I thought about sending South Africa for 6 furlongs. I didn't like it. I think this we at least have a chance of competing. But again, we're testing against older horses, right? Like all of these are older horses. And I'm just not that confident about Mountain Climber. We'll see if they survive the year. There's a chance that they don't. They do lack a bit of quality. So 50-1. We are the lowest rated apart from 2 domestics. Kashi Fest just looks like this great, worrisome horse, but has only got 1 win to them, which is as much as anyone else apart from us in this entire field. But it's kind of worrying when that's the domestics that you're up against. You don't know much about. We've got an agitated, a couple of unfit. Everyone looks good, but Kashi Face looks like the one they're going to back. Donal, high rated. Ounces, high rated. They're in the mix at the top end. But yeah, I don't know. Don't trail for sure. Challenge earlier might be a mistake. But I don't think we learned much about Mountain Climber as a 2-year-old. So there's an element of testing as a 3-year-old still to be done. 6 furlongs, JR&M Burkett Telegraph. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and older on turf. We're racing against older horses. We're racing against solid, high-rated, proven horses. A bunch of domestics with the only foreign horse in the field, the only 3-year-old in the field. We love our jockey. We're about to find out about our horse. We're near the inside. And we break really, really late, which is always a really bad indicator. Start well, and then end up at the back of the pack with a wall in front of us. Anybody see how this could go wrong? Me, neither. Yeah, it looks like we're struggling to find a lane to run in, and we're right at the back. Donal is going to come last. We'll overtake Flash, but terrible start against older, stronger horses. At least we know what 6 furlongs, right? We guessed right. We got absolutely bodied, though. I almost just skipped the day. I'm so disappointed. I almost just skipped the day. We don't want to do that. We've got two more, starting with Lock Scoop. And yeah, I mean, we've had some success in this before. We're one of two horses that looks good and are grade ones. Amigos over from Australia. Georgina just over from South Africa. And ourselves. And then there's just a bunch of domestics that look poor. I think it's the nicest way of saying. We are overwhelmingly tipped. We're the favourite. We're one of the highest rated horses. Lazy Hoods, Agitated Feeling, Unfit Amigos, and Shopper. Yeah, it's us and Georgina, this feels like. That's what it feels like. Don't Trail, Challenge earlier. Lock Scoop at a mile. Another one I had sort of borderline a mile one with Miss Innocent. I decided to run Lock Scoop down to a mile and push, Miss Innocent up to a mile one, but the Woodridge Holmes Leaving Classic, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds on the turf. Trentham, New Zealand, over a mile. And, us and the South Africa joint favourites. I have no idea how this is going to go. A solid start from both of us, them on the outside, us in the middle. We're going to drift back. They're going to stay just in behind the leader with Ravish Chopper and Kianga 1000. We're just leading up the charge, not far away from them. Scotch Cutter's gone early. We're going to go up the outside, Georgina up the inside, and we are both going to come into position ready to attack this. On our outside, the Irish Amigos is going for it. We knew they didn't look that fit, but my God, it isn't really mattering now. Coming down then to the final furlong marker, the stretch for home begins. Mutab Amigos is going to take the lead. Do they have it to hold on to it? Lock Scoop now needs to fight and dig in half a length, and we're not going to get back up. The Irish horse is going to take it. We beat Georgina fairly easily. Mutab Amigos. Oh, boy. They did not look fit, and they still beat us by a half length. That's not a good sign. That's really not a good sign. A good run, not a great run. We do gain a good 6-point jump in rating. We do look solid, not great. Are you a mile one? Yeah, you're a mile one. You are a mile one. We've got probably 6 mile ones. That's the problem. Eurostar, Lock Scoop, Free Dive, Oliver, Miss Innocent. Yeah, we've got 5 3-year-old mile ones. Trying to think then. Surfer Dude's also mile one, but he's 4. Unknown Crown, I think, is definitely no proof to be a mile 2. Nomad and Georgie are 7 furlong to a mile. Mountain Climber's definitely a 6. So, yeah, that's the problem, is fitting them all in. But, yeah, you're a mile 1, that's fine. We just going to struggle to book races this year if we're all clumping. Icy Key. Decent win. Better for run. We ran green. One way over a length, but ran green. We're better for run. Ran very green. Didn't run green. Run very green. Trip was ideal. Absolutely fine. Okay. And yeah, Georgie, we've got at a mile, but could be 7. So it went a little laid back. We get Mittens, we do know. High rated. Got Bullion Candles and Colorado Steadies up with us at the top end of the betting, which, again, You'd expect Tiama Smooth, not that favored. Interesting. Tipsters say they are in the mix with Ustades. We're not. I don't like that. Ustades looks to be the one to beat Sox. And Tombi are calm. Sorry, a bit lazy. We're very calm. It's not the worst in the world. It's not great either, but it's not the worst in the world. 1 mile, Harcourt's Thorndon Mile, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and older on turf, and Georgie is 3. So again, we are punching up against older horses. Tough place to come and win. A race I don't think we've ever won at, which may never have raced at. But yeah, Ustades, Candles, Mittens, Toombi, Smooth. I think we've seen some of these horses before in different ways. Not a bad start from us. We're on the outside of Tiama Smooth. We've got Sassy, Mittens, and inside to Ustades. Then back to Bullion Candles coming up the inside. Tombi's on the outside when Marie's from another horse we do know about. And Radio Morelli Sox at the back. We're in the lead then, 1.5 from home. But on the inside, Tiana Smooth is not giving this up. On the outside, Hereford Sassy, Bullion Candles now moving down the inside. There goes Colorus Ustades. And on the outside again, Swigert, Mittens. They're all going for this. Sassy's going to drop back. Ustades going to take it from Candles and Mittens. We know those very, very well. And I'm not really surprised by the way that finished. We were pampered. We didn't really start amazingly. We were a little too calm. Didn't quite have what it takes. We're 7 furlong to a mile. I'm definitely betting on the mile. That race didn't really prove it in any way, shape, or form. So, kind of disappointing. Now, as a young horse, you're probably losing about 1.5 to 2 lengths, right? So let's say 2 lengths. We're full back. That puts us at 2. That puts us right in behind Mittens. Being very calm is probably another length right there, which puts us a length back. We're fighting for second with Bullion Candles, and we're coming in behind Ustades, who's a pretty solid horse at this distance, and will be going to the Pegasus World Cup for their turf race. That's not bad quality, but I mean, slightly hampered as well. We're probably a bit closer. I don't feel too bad. I think a mile is probably right. And I think we're a good horse, but not a great horse. And that was always going to be a tough one. And some of these we've booked, they just are tough. You've won everything you've ever raced in. No. You messed up a few claiming races. But boy, does that look impressive. Till you look at the rating and the fact that they're all claiming races. 5 or 10 to begin with, but both the maidens were won. We knew Mountain Climber was in for a beating, more than likely. We knew Miss Innocent would struggle and actually did a little better than expected. Lock Scoop, you wanted a little bit more from. Georgie, you knew was always going to be tough as well. Our 2 grade 3 sort of sprinters as 2-year-olds. Never really got up in distance and still really haven't, probably never will. We knew they'd be kind of issues. Nomad, very concerning. The rest of the wins, I'm pretty good on. I am pretty good on. I'm fairly happy with them all. I am pretty happy with them all. Okay, so yeah, these 2-year-olds, man. Probably want something in the next in about 2 weeks' time for them. Definitely want them both in graded races. There's the grade 3, and then there's the grade 1 Systema. Everything seemed good here. 1 by 1.5. 1.5 in perfect for Quintel. Ran green and killed it. Not perfect conditions. 1 by 1.25. Definitely feel like Icy Key's the best horse. Normally you'd want to book them into Systema, but we're running green. Don't really want to blow a race here. I think the safest thing is put the grade 3 on Quintel. Line up for the Systema. And try if there's something in between. What? Oh! Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You're just gonna run green, aren't you? Running green, you might have a shot at that. You might have a shot at that. I doubt it, but like, damn. I just, I don't know. I don't have anything. Oh, I really don't like that. I really don't like. We've only got two 2-year-olds. We're already struggling, even though they both won their maidens. We're already struggling now. In booking races, I feel comfortable with. Shatin. I mean, this is Surfer Dude proving, or not, what they can do. Kind of how I feel about this. Clerkstate from Japan. Bunch of unraced domestics. We always love the unraced domestics. Tipsters have us overwhelmingly. We are the favorite. We look good. A couple of them look lazy and one's unfit, but it's us versus Clerks in this one, really. It is going to be us versus Clerks. I don't even know what it would take for me to think that, yes, we are World Cup racer with this race. I hoped a few more big horses will book into it. Clerks is a distance horse. They're definitely coming down to a mile 1, so they're not going to be at their best. But they are the only challenger for us in terms of rating and quality and pedigree and everything else. We'll see what domestically maybe they have to offer, but I think unless it's like 4 or 5 length win, I'm not sure we prove anything here, but Shanti in Hong Kong for the Hong Kong Classic Cup. Class 1, Grade 1 for 4-year-olds on the turf. Track right hand, clockwise. Gonna be a bit of an issue, maybe, but a mile one, the distance we really need to prove on Surfer Dude. Rangerou got some good wins on this horse and at this track. Away okay in the middle of the pack. Not too shabby. Kelly smiling, moving out to the lead. Midas Liggett, Isha Pink XC, Zafador, Madonna, Shine Dollar with ourselves. On our inside, Clark's Darte at the rear. And Tapia's Paces, the Dark Silks at the back now coming through. We're getting into position. Darte not yet making a move and looks blocked off. Round the turn. They still look kind of blocked off. They're going to get squeezed on the inside. 1.5 from home. And yeah, the horse, which probably is off distance and maybe doesn't challenge us anyway, gets blocked off. And I asked for 4 or more lengths. Surfer Dude's going to give it to me. Florent Charoux's going to give it to me. And I still don't think it proves much. I don't think my question was answered here today. But a big win in the Classic Cup for Surfer Dude anyway. 5 lengths from Tapia's Paces, the lazy horse. And then Darte coming down in distance. Very close in behind them. Yeah, we didn't jump, which shows kind of how not that impressive that race was. I don't think it's my favorite 4-year-old for the World Cup races, but by God, did that not clear anything up. We can run the distance, we know that. We had to win comfortably. We did win comfortably. We look a bit off the pace, but by God, this is a much better field. Accumulus Pelt back again. Elusive Jane back again. Erstwhile Reception. Bunch of interesting domestics, probably led by Humidor Sport. And yeah, we're not overwhelmingly favourite here. We're kind of off the betting a little bit, which I understand. I do understand. Reginaldinho Kite, one of the favourites. You can kind of see why the rating isn't high. Young horse, but a good horse. Humidor Sport won it last year. Tipsters say Jane twice, Reception and Kite. Interesting. Humidor is agitated. Butsoff very calm. Remarkable is unfit. Kite is agitated. And we're not calm at all. We are lazy. 1 mile 2, don't trail challenge earlier. I think I've got us at a mile 2, so this should work. This is going to be so difficult to win. If we do win, with everything that's going on, maybe Red becomes World Cup race favourite. Right now, I'm still giving it to Surfer Dude. But they're racing back to back, and one had a very easy time, and one decently well. One's going to have to fight for their life, looking in bad condition. Really, a little lazy. And it's the Hong Kong Gold Cup this time. Mile 2, Class 1 grade run for the 3-year-old and older on the turf. Tough, big field. Right-hand turns. Shot in. And away we go. A solid start, at least, for Easy Red. We will drift back towards the pack, though. Most of the field are there. Erstwhile Reception on the back now of Accumulus Pelt. Fairy Trash and Elusive Jane up front. We're going to get blocked off a little bit here. Squeezed in the middle. On the back stretch. Most of the field in a large group here. Almost in a line. We are making a good play on the outside. Starting to come up into things and getting into a really, really advanced position. Round the turn. Ready to go. And we are in the lead. 2 from home. And starting the distance from the field. Elusive Jean will fall back a little bit. Tartouche Ball. Reginaldinho Kite. Who's coming up for this? It doesn't look like anyone. Jane's going to fall back, and Florent Geroux, with a massive win for Easy Red, in a much tougher race, better field, and a horse that he really had to work hard with. Is Easy Red the World Cup favourite? I'm a little shook by that. Lazy ran in snatches, good field, big field, ran almost perfectly, still ends up with 5 legs. Huh. Well, I don't know if that answered any more questions. I really don't know. Um, I was really hoping for some separation. Like Surfer Dude had the easier route, but won by 5 lengths. Just did what he needed to do. Easy Red had a tough go of things, wasn't at her best, but ran almost flawlessly and won by 5 legs. No separation. Surfer Dude was definitely my favourite for the World Cup races. Easy Red has made this a photo finish. Who would you pick? On the back of those runs, on the back of what they've done, on the horses that you think they are, like, you feel like a mile 2. You feel so safe. Maybe without the ultimate quality to win, but you feel so safe. And you feel a little risky. You're dealing with the adaptability in a mile 2. Maybe. We came so close at the Jockey Club and in the Derby. Like, like, what are we doing? I mean, we just missed Gulfstream, didn't we? We just missed Gulfstream. I'm just realizing now. Uh, let's go back. Where are we? Before Easy Red? No, so we just missed Gulfstream. Okay. That's me not paying attention, being so confused by Red and Surfer Dude that I just missed Gulfstream. Okay. That's fine. Um, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. It happens. It happens. It shouldn't, but it does. Easy Red's gonna try the Australian Cup. Surfer dude is gonna go to Dubai. Yeah, I think that works for me. I think that works for me. Okay. So Speaker should still be one. February. Not going to South Africa unless I kind of have to. February, I mean, we've got him battered in that race over the years. Why not get battered again? And Lingualini should be a mile 2, which means there's very, very limited races here as well. Now, we could go Bone Crusher and take Unknown Crown out of it. Don't think we need to. We'll just do the Turnbull. I don't love it, but it is what it is. We got Bone Crusher on Crown. Yeah, so Lock Scoop definitely won some mile 1. So does Eurostar. So does Miss Innocent. We dive in Oliver. Do those help us? Do I want to try anyone at a mile 2? Definitely not Eurostar, definitely not Miss Innocent. Lock Scoop, probably not. Oliver at a mile 2. Oliver at a mile. Don't feel like getting free dive. I don't like it, but we can try a mile 2. Little 3-year-old mile 2 in here. Oh, okay, so that doesn't matter. Unless you, again, want to go Bone Crusher and bump on Home Crown, which I don't want to do. There's just going to be no races, really, for those mile 1 horses. Okay, so we go back to Georgie at a mile. We like the Australian Guineas. We'll go back there. Don't think there's a 7. Oh, there's grade 2s. I mean, this is not bad, but I don't want to drop that down then. Mountain Climber as grade 3s. It might not be the worst idea in the world. Not the best idea in the world, but it's not the worst. So yeah, Nomad probably wants 7 furlongs. There isn't one. Free Dive, Oliver, Lock Scoop, Miss Innocent, and Eurostar. They're all a mile one, really. Yeah, it's going to be tough to do those. Month okay? Yeah, month's okay. This one might fall early because of the schedule reasons, but I think we're okay now to kind of just continue on reading. Probably normally good from like the 20th to the 25th. Do I like this? No. Am I upset that I missed Gulfstream for the Pegasus World Cup? Yeah. Do I think we can win these races we're in? I hope so. Oh boy, Aqueduct. 2-year-old grade 3. Icy Key. Pink triangle. Yep. Okay. Icy Key's favorite and Armored Intense is tipped. They're sweating badly and agitated. As are we, and the field looks good. Cool. Don't trail. Go earlier. Be disciplined. I'm not going to watch pink triangles. Grand green, while agitated. Yeah. There's only half a length back on Intense, who was also agitated and one of the favourites. I think if everything is all horses are at their peak, we win. So I don't hate it. 81 is good. It's okay. We've already gained about 10% of our potential. We've filled that out, so it's underway. Oh, it's underway. Yeah, a little bit of a disappointing one there, but we expected it running green, that's fine. Mountain Climber, not a great 2-year-old season, not a great start to a 3-year-old season, kind of set up to fail. Just a little 3-year-old grade 6 at Aqueduct. Does this go any better than our 2-year-old one? Well, there's no pink triangle. We're not favourite, but we are high rated. We're the only graded horse in this field. Reverend Celebrity is going to be a favourite. Strike Lanes is lazy, but Hest Alley is slightly agitated. Everyone else is fine, including us. Don't trail. Challenge earlier. 6 furlongs. Let's go. And cross your fingers. Not a big race. But if we can't win here, then it's probably best to abandon Mountain Climber. Because they're very likely never going to come good. Leading out the pack with Woods Legacy up in the hole behind Natural Speedfit, the leader. We have got Reverend Celebrity and Strike Lanes with us. We go outside, cut inside to avoid traffic. Now the final furlong. We are tied for the lead and pushing past. Strike Lanes can't match us. Natural Speedfit dropping off. But not the big dominant win you'd want from a truly good horse. A solid win. Did what we needed to do. Confirmed 6 furlongs. Don't feel amazing about it, but yeah. Build a bit of potential. We look okay. I mean, we lack top end speed. We don't have any battling qualities. We have low cruising burst, which doesn't really matter on the sprinter. We've got no finish application, no distance adaptability. And even if we top out that potential, it's going to be like an 83. The chance it becomes like 90 plus, but I don't think there's anything we want to breed from, even with a female horse. Usually they might not race well, but they've got traits maybe you want to pass on. This has come from Montana. Yeah, not much at all. Yeah, we bought for a small amount of money, and just hasn't paid out for us. I think I'm going to put it at an auction to see if we can get our money back. I mean, yeah, like basically it was 560k almost, and we've got just over 60k back. So anything more than 500, we'll probably make a tiny bit of profit. Yeah, I just don't think she's gonna come good. I don't feel good about her. I gotta be honest. So why keep racing? Kind of where I'm at. Yeah, kind of where I'm at. But only got a little grade 3 coming up. Another race as well, but I think we're maybe slowing down at this point. Yeah, we're basically going to make the money back, and that's it. But you know what? That's fine. Wasn't the outcome we necessarily wanted here, but again, I think it's kind of what we expected. In a way, it is kind of what we expected. Okay, reading. Let's get Remaker after today, I guess. Let's get Remaker set up. Ellerslie. Australia. Um, this is a tough one to win. Double won it last year. Bunch of domestics, couple of high rated and horses that I know as well. Of course, Visage and Swigert Middens back again. I do think we click all the buttons. Yeah, challenge earlier for sure. We are favourite. We are tipped. We're not the only one tipped. We're moving well. Maurice From, who we do know is agitated. Everyone else is absolutely fine. Yeah, okay. Like I say, double did take this, but historically, it's been a real difficult one to win. The Bone Crusher at Ellerslie, New Zealand, Class 1, Grade 1, mile 2 furlong for 3-year-olds and older on the turf track, and we are 3 years old. Of course, Visage, Swigert Mittens, Marie's From, we know. Marie won't be a big issue. Swigert Mittens isn't a great horse. Of course, Visage, a bit of a dangerous one. We're on the turf, right-hand turns, clockwise. Could that be an issue? We will see. Not a bad break, not a great break. Marie does well. Swigert and Harcosa up near the front. We're kind of in the position here just at the rear with Marie and Scenic Waltz. Miko tells up into third at the moment. Marie moving up on the inside. We now make our move. Coming round the outside. On the bend. Setting up for home. Swigert dropping off as expected. Harcosa and ourselves. Side by side, 2 from home and now driving at the line. Miko tells and swing at Mittens in behind, stepping out, trying to get a lane to run, but do they have the engines? Up on the inside, Harcourse of Visage starting to come back inside the final furlong. Miko tells strong on the outside, Harcourse strong on the inside. We are just there with them. Can we come back in? Is there any fight? There is not. And of course, of Visage, the horse I truly did fear in this race, proves their quality and proves that racing against older horses is oh so tough. But yeah, we're definitely a force at a mile too early on, even riding up against older horses, good older horses. We almost got the job done. Almost got the job done. I'm such a big fan of that. I'm such a big fan of that. And I'm such a big fan of it because it does mean the Unknown Crown is proven at high levels of competition and at Triple Crown distances. Eurostar, Lock Scoop, Free Dive, Oliver, Miss Innocent, they're all in the mix. Desert Nomad, Georgie are about 7 furlongs to a mile. But everybody else, they're in the mix. That bodes well. That gives us so much hope moving forward. The Sistema, a big race. Unraced domestics. We're the favourite. We've won a maiden. We're tipped. We look good. There's a bunch who are agitated and unfit. That's fine. I think we just go back to Ellerslie in Australia. The 6 furlong Sistema for 2-year-olds on this turf, the clockwise right-hand turns. Gonna maybe prove a little bit of an interesting one. Class 1, Grade 1, the first big test. Especially at the distance, and again, we're away okay. The field doesn't really separate early. We go towards the front, but it's a big group at the front. Willie Morgana, Babati, Giacometti, Morgana, and Shindig out at the front. Debo Macarena, Assassin and Enough also in the mix. We are going out and going clear. There is challengers on the outside and coming up just slightly behind us. Doesn't look like they're going to close the distance, but the outside run from Albertville Morgana, very nice, but not quite going to get up into second. Panea Magdalena, I think, on the inside just holds on. And, yeah, Michael Pittman had 5 in this race. He finishes second and third with 2 of his horses. And Quintal gets our first Grade 1 win on 2-year-olds this season. I feel pretty good about that. Colkin Lock, I remembered, was an Australian, so a little bit of Aussie blood in the mix here. Little bit in the mix. Pastel Pure as well. We kind of like Pastel Pure, but it never got going. It did win a couple of solid races, though. So Quintel, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, 102 rated, Group 1 win, and pretty much fill potential. So if we didn't want to run Quintel, we wouldn't have to. Start of January, win a maiden. Start of February, win a Sistema. We could be done if we wanted to with this 2-year-old. We're going to find a few more races and hope that we can get a little bit of distance on this thing. Because I do think it could be a miler. I don't think much more than that, but I do think it definitely could be a miler. But a good win. Very nice. Yeah, sets us up quite nicely in general. Almost take the Bone Crusher, take the Sistema. It's not been a bad season. We're only just about 500 for the year. But not bad. Not bad. Not amazing. Did miss the Pegasus, which we probably would have won. Looking at who did win it, I do believe we're a better horse. That's fine. We can kind of breed once or twice a month at most if we need to. We're no rush to book those in because it's, kind of not that many mares to service, and there's plenty of time to do it. Soul Speaker, close to being unbeaten last year, wasn't in the end, of course, but opened up with a win. Still has our best record. Not quite the highest rating. Race we don't run that often. And a race I'm not fully confident on. Looks like Sylvan Square over from Australia is the high rated. Ziala Hajar out from Japan is also there with Century Square, also from America, and us. Then everybody else is kind of in line in 111 to 117. 4 of us in the 120s. Tipsters say, yeah, Century Sphere gets a little bit of a nod, but it's us. Theo Agitated. Hajar Lazy. Does take one of the threats out. But yeah, Century Sphere and ourselves with an outside shot at Sylvan Square, probably. Yeah, probably. They did win it last year. There is a shot. Definitely a mile. Yeah, definitely a mile. Definitely a mile. Don't trail. Challenge earlier. In Tokyo. Back to Japan for the 1 mile February Class 1 Grade 1, 4-year-olds and older on the dirt track. An interesting field for sure. And a nice test for Soul Speaker, but yeah, if she is who I think she is, with the bloodline she comes from, this could be a nice chance to prove. We move to the back. We've got Theo Henry and Atlantic just in front of us. Sylvan Square blocking off the inside. We move to the outside. Inside Hasta Friends. Outside Hajar. And alongside Limestone Carl, the leader early on. Final furlong. Hajar is there, but dropping back now. Limestone Carl holding on to second and blocking off Sylvan Square, who now falls back and just leaves Soul Speaker to roll out the red carpet. Florent Giroux stands in the stirrups. I zoomed the camera back and the field still almost disappeared. Soul Speaker in Tokyo for the February. And that's a nice early win, indicative of what could be another monster miler 4-year-old. And we are here for it. We are here for it. 5 3/4, almost 6 lengths clear. Up to a 129 rated. Slight little dip from 121 when we went to Trentham and didn't quite get the job done. Yeah, that 4th place, that second in the Beholder, second at Woody Stevens, second in South Africa for the Classic, and then brought down at the end here. It is what it is. There haven't been many times we've just been beaten on track. Well, seconds could easily be wins. If we're not brought down, we've got a shot. Really, this is the only time I felt like we were beaten. Properly beaten. "17 Grade 1 wins, 129 rated. We do seem to breed a few milers with a touch of quality about them. High Life 130 rated, 10 Group 1 wins. Tidal Force 126 for 17 Group 1 wins. Soul Speaker right there with them, 129 rated, 17 Group 1 wins now. And the rest of the season out ahead could definitely be better than the parents, but my God, this horse is really kind of fun, and will go into the breeding barn and offer a little something. With the right sire, I do think there could be an interesting colt there. For sure. Queen Anne at Ascot, that's not a bad shout. It's really not a bad shout. Yeah, we might just line up Soul Speaker at a mile for all the big 4-year-old races and 3-year-old up races at a mile. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah. I just feel they're the most reliable horses we've got in general. Just seem to do well. Yeah, when they work, they work. That's all I can say about them is when they work, they work. Yeah, okay, again, it's the next day. Okay, Flemington. Back to Australia then. Got some good races here. We got Red, Cartel, and Georgie running. So a bit of a test for Georgie. Don't know how he's gonna do. But Red and Cartel did okay. Then we got Surfer Dude in a couple of days again to test there, which is a big test. Georgie is not one of the favourites, isn't tipped. Hindmarsh and Valentino are. We are a little lazy. Bogside Wild is unbeaten but could look fitter. We got a French and an Irish horse that we don't know. Soul Speaker won it last year. We definitely could win with Georgie. We're probably not going to, especially now that we look a little lazy, a little too calm in the paddock. But the Australian Guineas, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds on the turf track here at Flemington. The mile long, it's going to be a tough race. Hindmarsh for sure is a big threat. Valentino a little bit as well. Middle of the pack and off to a decent start. The Grey of Porgy at the backs. We go to the lead with Hindmarsh just in behind us. Ammon Always and Bogside Wild, the undefeated horse, into fourth. Porgy just leading out the Schoonbach, and Amtar moves off camera. Rounding this turn, Bogside starting to make a little bit of a move. Porgy making a little bit of a move, and we're kicking out and pushing past Hindmarsh, who should be a threat in the later stages. Bogside undefeated. Maybe you can see why. Taking the lead over in the final furlong. What a closer from deep. Georgie fights off Hindmarsh, holding off Porgy as we come to the line, and Bogside Wild stays undefeated. You're at fabulous Flemington. The ornate structure there on the start finish, I think, is just. Maybe it could do with being cleaned up a little bit. It looks a little bit messy in the shadows and whatever, but like, honestly, it's one of my favorite things in this game is seeing that. Because immediately you know where you're at and you feel that kind of prestige to it. Yeah, not a bad run from Georgie. Definitely a much better run than we had in the Thorndon Mile. Again, though, we're a little bit lazy back to back, and it's not really working for us. New Zealand, bad run. Australia, solid run. We do gain from it. We look okay. He is who he is. I think if he hits his stride and gets the right races, there's a chance he can win a few races at a mile. I will say that much. Beaten Porgy, beaten Hindmarsh, the two I thought we needed to. Bogside Wild didn't look fully fit, but say the fact that he's come out and done really well there's a reason again why he's also followed from last year's performances. Same with Hindmarsh. I don't think Porgy was. No, Porgy hasn't. Why? Maybe. Possibly. But yeah, solid run. Didn't have the pace for most of the race, so distance might have been slightly off. 7 furlongs? I don't think so. Interesting. Okay, Easy Red, second favorite behind Tussafall. We are the highest rated or Cherry Glove back again. Volubria Lynx back over. They won it last year. Yeah, I'd say that's the top four, right? Us, Volublia, Tusser Falls, and Cherry Grove. The Primo Pressing, maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. John Shea, Hermione, apparently, as well. They are a little lazy, so is Tusser Fall. Volublia could look fitter. The Prima Pressing is agitated. Greenhead Submission is lazy. Everybody I named as a threat is kind of having a little bit of trouble in one way or another, apart from Cherry Grove and ourselves. But Cherry Grove, are they the favourite? Are we the favourite? No. Do I think it might come down to us? Yes. Did I not put on jockey instructions? Yes. Did I want to? I'm not sure. I probably would have ended up doing, but for some reason I just felt like going into the race. So the Australian Cup, Mile 2, Class 1, Grade 1, 3-year-olds and older on the turf. I do feel it might end up Cherry Glove and ourselves in a match race, given that the 3 or 4 other big horses in this field don't look like they're settled. We are a joint favourite. Put it in the hands of the jockey when you got someone like Florent Giroux and just let the Frenchman run. Fabulous Flemington, right away we get a decent start and get into the pack. Bond Revenge, Azia Liquid, allegedly Martini, Greenhead Submission, and John Sheep, Hermione all in the mix in the middle there. Honoraria Buzz leading us out. We are now coming up the outside. We come inside Bond Revenge and now up and through the outside, round the turn is where we want to run to be in challenging position. There's definitely going to be a big push from the back. Final 1.5 then. Hermione coming through past Honoraria Buzz, who is going to drop back. But is there anybody with any pace coming from deep? It does not look like it. Tussle Fall in the mix with things. Cherry Glove not really into it. Hermione holds on to second. But Easy Red comes through with a nice little run at a mile 2, not blowing us away. A difficult trip early, maybe. Had to find a gap, had to come in places, but again, second race in a row, I almost feel like she's run the flawless race. She ran that bend at 3, she moved, she did the bits that she needed to do, kind of how she needed to do them. Yeah. It's really intriguing. Really intriguing. Holds 127. We sent her here rather than to Saudi, to Dubai already. So we, Dubai World Cup, not for Easy Red. But I do think maybe the Saudi Cup is almost perfectly aligned for Easy Red on this distance. Very impressive in the Hong Kong Gold Cup. Very nice run in the Australian Cup. To put the Saudi Cup on the back of that as well. Maybe. Could be big. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Another 1 mile 2 in the Turnbull. Much, much less competitive field. But saying that, Aristocratic Phrase is not a bad horse. And Alea Kiss is a horse we do know as well over from Japan. They are our main two challengers with a bunch of domestics. So definitely think we challenge earlier. It's us and Phrase. We look good. Phrase looks okay. Alea Kiss looks okay. Trigger Optimist is a bit agitated. Book to Rip Together looks like they're a little less than ideal fitness. I do think we're the best horse, the favourite, a point behind the top rated form horse. Just everything kind of points to us having a decent day. So, our third and final race at Fabulous Flemington today, then, the 1 mile 2 furlong Turnbull for Class 1 Grade 1 honours. Boyros and above eligible on the turf track. Flemington, Australia. Decent field. And a good day so far. Lingualini Cartel. Not a bad start. Not a great one, but not bad on the outside. We'll drop back now, alongside Trigger Optimist in the middle. Ryan Devious and Mukhtarib together in behind Bowery Jones, who leads off the field. Carbonair Boss leads out. Aristocratic Phrase and Leia Kiss in the back with Mormon Stamp at the rear of them all. Coming out round this long, sweeping left-hand turn, getting into position, and Trigger Optimist is pushing. Mukhtarib kicks on, so do we. But coming into the final furlong and a half now, we jump into the lead, starting to push past Bury Jones, Mukhtarib into second, but the distance is widening. Alea Kiss, dangerous horse, we know they are. Got a little over half a furlong to go. Charging down the outside. Do they have what it takes? It feels like they do. It's gonna be close on the line. Alea Kiss, I think, steals it from Lingualini Cartel. Oh, just the short head. We knew it would probably be them. We knew it would probably be them. Such a good run. Just didn't feel that we had that little bit of quality to get over, and they were just consistent. They didn't speed up, they didn't slow down, they hit their rhythm and pushed. And yeah, that's their first grade 1 win. But we know what they can do. We've seen them a few times. They're a solid horse. And so are we. We've got like 10 grade 1 wins. This is another one that could have gone oh so different for us. But Lingualini's been a good horse. I just don't feel like she can win the big one. I just don't see her winning the big one. I got Soul Speaker. I feel confident at a mile. Easy Red, I feel confident at a mile 2. Surfer Dude, I think I feel really comfortable at a mile 1 in between them. Lingualini's great. 125 rated. 10 Group 1 wins. Looks good. Could win a little bit, but you know what? Just don't think they win the big one. And I think other horses sit in that same place. On the back of that one, I think Shock, we're going to send her to be bred soon. I just think that's the best thing to do. So there we are. We have Surfer Dude coming up. But that's where we are going to leave it. We will see what Surfer Dude does in the Dubai World Cup. To kick off the next video, I'm going to try and book a few more races in and around for the rest of our horses and make sure everybody's getting a test. Free Dive and Oliver still need a race this season. Eurostar as well. And the three of them all look like they're a mile 1. Gonna be tricky to book them all. But yeah, overall, I'm fairly happy with what I've seen. Running green's the only reason why Ice Key hasn't done much. Quintel, great start. Happy with Miss Innocent. Unknown Crown's been very decent. Lock Scoop, unlucky. Georgie at least showed something. Desert Nomad badly needs a run. I don't know what that's going to look like. But then, like I say, Easy Red, Soul Speaker, I feel really easy about those two. Surfer Dude, I think I'm good on, and we will find out whether or not we were right on that. But yeah, have your say as always in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. And I'll see you next time as we head to Dubai for the World Cup and see what we can do with Surfer Dude. And we'll be right, we'll be wrong. We'll find out together. I'll see you there. Thank you very much for being a part of the journey. As always, love you and leave you. Good luck, stay safe, all the very best. And wish me luck too, because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. I really want this win. I think we can get it, but it's gonna be tough. I'll see you there for it. Take care, y'all.